as a coach, you knew that he was 100% dedicated.
He was like our anchor to the team.
Hard work and a true team player were just some of the phrases used to describe the great Robert Archibald. He was the one that brought his basketball talents from humble beginnings at Queen Anne High School in Dunfermline to the States, where he pursued his hoop dream. A lovable giant off the court and a fierce competitor on it, he made history in 2002 when he was drafted in the second round of the NBA draft. To this day, he stands alone as the only Scot to have made it into the NBA. A highly successful professional career that spanned over a decade ended in 2012, where he represented Team GB at the London Olympics. His passing, 2 years ago, was a huge shock to everyone in the basketball community. This documentary will tell the story of Robert through those that knew him. It all began with Robert's father, Bobby Archibald, who himself was a successful player, having captained both Scotland and Team GB in international competitions. Neil Thompson, Robert's high school coach, recalls his early memories with both him and his father.
I knew Robert kind of from primary 7. I'd played against his dad in the National League level. I knew his dad was a good player and a kind of similar type of player to Robert in many ways. He was quite a no-nonsense kind of enforcer type player.
Even early on, Robert stood out with his height and physical strength. Over the course of his time in Dunfermline, he grew an impressive 5 inches and was starting to outgrow the competition, and not just physically. But Robert always stayed grounded and respected the process.
Sometimes if you're the star player and you're the guy that's everybody's thinking that you're going to be good and you might end up with a bit of a big head on your shoulders, he wasn't that type of person.
And while Scotland's basketball infrastructure had not yet been developed properly, that didn't stop Robert working on his game with Neil at every opportunity.
He would practice pretty much most days at school with me, so he was getting plenty of basketball. So he was in the right place at the right time. Let's put it that way.
It was clear that Robert had the potential to become professional. When his family moved away from Dunfermline to the States, Archibald played his final secondary year at Lafayette High School in Missouri. There, he led the team to the state championship game, and eyebrows were starting to raise among college scouts. After a successful summer camp in London, where he played among other college athletes, the University of Illinois offered him a 4-year scholarship to play the highest level of college ball in the country. Corey Bradford, former professional basketball player and Illinois alumni, reminisces about his time with Robert.
Arch was awesome. For a big guy, he was definitely had a awesome heart. Very unselfish. He was the type of guy that'd give you his last buck if he had it. And just good character, man. He was just perfect for our team. He fit in perfectly with us, and we got along, from day one.
For Robert Archibald, as his Illini fans give him a hand. Oh, off the bench, a man who gives you some good minutes. Tonight he gave them a great.
The camaraderie and togetherness of that group is something Corey still cherishes to this day. Robert had a reputation as a bit of a jokester in the dressing room and had a bet with Corey that if they won another championship, he would have to try some of his dad's Scotch whiskey.
Of course, we won the championship, and sure enough, Arch, them guys, they like, hey, you owe us a shot. And I promise you, it was the strongest stuff I ever tasted. It was some Scottish whiskey. It was something that Arch's dad had, he, brought in, and it was, it had literally had my whole neck, chest, on down to my gut. It was just burning.
Both guys experienced great success at Illinois, winning 2 conference championships in 2001 and 2002. So what made that team so special?
We had those bumps and bruises the freshman year. So by the time we got to those really good glory years, we knew how to handle ourselves. We were way more mature for our age at that time. We knew what to expect. We knew how to win. We knew how to, really make the job easier for the coaching staff and stuff like that, man. So it was fun. It was fun because we all challenged each other, and that's what made us a really good group.
After a great college career, he was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies in 2002. He was traded a season later, ending up with the Toronto Raptors, where he had his most productive season at the pinnacle of professional basketball. Earlier last year, Robert was inducted into the Scottish Basketball Hall of Fame. He had left a lasting impact onto those who knew him.